One of the aspects that's really interesting about where he decided to locate is it's basically on a large crystal mountain.
Right.
So would you go into that a little bit? And how it's impacted you and et cetera?
Well, I think we could probably relate to it like through the waters, what do they call it? The Lords where is it in Europe? That healing, magical
Lourdes.
healing.
Okay.
That there's just something special about the area and the water. So here's this casa that's built on a crystal bed. So it magnifies everything. The healing work that can be done is really magnified because crystals have the most cohesive molecular structure of any substance on the planet. So it almost creates like a laser-like effect. It makes all the energy more cohesive. When we are really at our best, our energy is very cohesive. We're not disintegrated. So the kind of work that John of God can do in Abidjania, I think is magnified because of the crystals themselves, the location. But he also goes to other parts of the world and he does his work. On top of the crystals, there's also a battery of people, like people meditating. When he's doing his healing work, he does not work alone. There's 100, 200 people that are sitting in meditation, running their energy at a very high vibration.
Right. So it's a collective energy.
It's
and
definitely
the
a
crystals
collective.
and the collective energy and everything that's going on. So I understand that you also were able to come back with a piece of equipment. So
Yes.
could you please explain that?
Well, the second time that I went now May 2012, and when I was there in 2010, the entities really want healing and spiritual evolution to happen all over the world. And so they're very supportive of places like Imagine Health. And they actually, I took a picture before the entities of Imagine Health, and they said that they would work with Imagine Health for a year.
Okay.
That they would hold that in their prayers for a year. And I think some amazing things happened from that, from that promise that they made, that blessing. But then when I went back now 2 years later, I again asked for help with Imagine Health because I feel like Imagine Health is, it's a sacred venture. It's a place where people can get healing on a really profound level. And again, really humbly, I don't know how that will come about.
It may have already come about and may be coming about.
That's right. But respectful of just the grace of the entities, I asked for help. And what came was two women from Australia started to talk to me about getting a crystal bed, and I'd never considered it.
Did you even know, I mean, what is a crystal bed?
Well,
Sorry.
That's right. It's actually something that's used a lot at John of God's Casa to help balance energy, and it's a set of 7 crystals that are aligned over your chakras. They hang about 15 inches above your body, and they shoot pulsed colored light on your chakras. And this was a system that was given to the entities gave through John of God, that said this is a process that would be helpful for people to do to either get them ready for the spiritual surgery that happens, or to help balance things out after surgery. And so it's widely used at the casa. They must have like 10 or 12 crystal beds that you can sign up to have time with. And so in the course of being there for 2 weeks, this sort of idea started to be seeded. And I had a little resistance. It's like, oh my gosh, I don't know if it would work.
Right.
Montana and
I understand.
But it became apparent. I mean, that it's part of, sometimes I have this duality where the part of me goes, oh, no, that's too much to ask. I can't do that. And at the same time, I knew it was the answer to a prayer. So I did bring it back. I actually had a woman bring it back for me because I couldn't arrange the finances that fast.
Right.
And probably January of this year, 2013, we've really got it available for people to
So
use.
how have the clients accepted this? And what's the reactions been?
Well, really amazing. It's like everyone who comes off so far, maybe with the exception of one person who said, I didn't feel anything.
Right.
But the experiences are really varied. One person was very clear she was being worked on. She knew exactly, because the entities also work through the crystal beds. They're like portals.
Right.
Most people feel that they go into a trance state. You go into this sort of deep meditative state just with the crystals themselves. I think the impact is far-ranging. I think that laser, these are very specifically cut crystals. They're from Brazil, from this area in Brazil. They work in harmony with each other. And I think they work with the water in our body to change the molecular layout so that our water in our body is more cohesive, which brings our whole, when we're 60-70% water and we start really changing that structure of our water, is going to change us. So there's these really profound levels of change that happen, and then there's these sort of ways that you can feel changed even in the 20, 30, 60 minutes that you're on.
So do people come back for second and third treatments? Is it sort of like a, let's say, hot spring soak,
Yeah.
sort of, for the inner soul?
I think so.
Okay.
We have some people that are coming weekly. And again, this is really new. We're talking about February, and we just started this in January.
Right, I understand.
And according to the people that I've really talked to about who have crystal beds, there's none in Montana except this one.
Okay.
But they're all over the world. And some people come like monthly for sort of spiritual tune-ups.
Mm-hmm.
People who are really ill, they might come a couple times a week for a while. And we're yet to really understand that ourselves, like how people might use this.
Right.
But
Well,
it has enormous potential to be a healing tool.
congratulations to Imagine Health on this part of it, so that's great.